Valentina Necker, and this is Solitaire. Here I am with my only friends. Wall number 1, wall number 2, wall number 3, and wall number 4. That one has a door on it. They could let me out. Or worse, they could look at me! And on a lucky day like today, got a deck of cards. So I can play solitaire. Penchants to God. That's what this all started with. Those Quakers came from across the ocean, bringing their responsibilities and their rules. Time alone with a Bible should teach a man to think about his actions. Well, the men of the Enlightenment saw reason and religion in this, so it had to be used. One of those men, Dr. Benjamin Rush. Is he responsible? Simply for wanting something better than a public execution? No, I don't think so. He made the first ever prison reform. He meant well. It's funny though, the father of psychiatry wouldn't even know the mental illness that he would cause. Off he goes to make the first ever solitary cells of the Walnut Street Jail in 1790. A year later, the Bill of Rights is signed, saying that cruel and unusual punishment is illegal. And that prison reform movement, that whole thing that Dr. Rush started, they kept pushing and pushing at the Pennsylvania legislature, saying that this is what we need. We need an entire prison dedicated to solitary. And because they kept pushing and pushing, they said, okay. So they opened plans for Eastern State Penitentiary. Penitentiaries. There it is again. The architect took that and ran with it. Yes, John Haviland allowed for no lights in the cells, except for a single skylight above each and every one of the prisoners. Were they meant to pray to that? That sliver of God's will above them? No matter. Prisoners are let in 1829. Now, this is during the market revolution, so everything's revolutionized. Centrally heated. With running water before the White House. Imagine how lucky the prisoners felt. And the place resembled a fort on the outside and a church on the inside. Ironic, isn't it? Well, eventually, Civil War rolls around, and so do reform movements, and everybody's wondering, how can we free these people from all the terrible, terrible things, the punishment, the slavery, while still maintaining control of them? How can we maintain control? Solitaire is perfect. Keeping people alone keeps them weak. Keeping them weak makes them so easy to control. And we're practically saving them from the public floggings. So it thrives. They name an entire system the Pennsylvania system, and hundreds of jails use the exact same practices as Eastern State Penitentiary. Now, eventually, Eastern State Penitentiary gets run down. Time passes, the walls crumble, and there's too many prisoners and too few cells, so they stop using solitary. But it's not over. Incarcerated people, those left under lock and key, their doors so tight for so long that we forget about them. That those doors become their doors and nothing else. Time passes. People die. More people commit crimes, and I'm wondering if they're wondering what's happening while they're away. Rights and responsibilities. We all have rights. The right to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. But it seems like we forget that people who are in prison still maintain those rights. No, it's just that the system makes us think that they don't have them anymore. And you know, the Bill of Rights says that cruel and unusual punishment is illegal. You know what's cruel? Complete solitude for 83% of your day. You know what's cruel? Your only companions being the cries and screams of your neighbors as they go mad. You know what's cruel? Having a TV in the corner to keep them pacified. So they don't scratch at the wall, so they don't scratch at themselves, so they don't scratch at the guards. That's cruel. And it seems like we forget that we have responsibilities.